Good day, sir. I am General Lemoreras, and today I'll be discussing what I've learned and read about the chapter one, the six phases of globalizations, who wins, who loses, and why it matters, by Anthea Roberts and Nicholas Lamb. The title of the chapter one, sir, is Unscrambling Globalization Narratives. Basically, sir, the goal of this chapter is to help us understand why people see economic globalization as globalization so differently. The authors explains that globalization doesn't look the same way for everyone. Different groups experience its benefit and downsides in different ways. Sa madaling salita, hindi ito pare-pareho ang experience, no, ng mga tao sa globalization. Some people benefits from it, while others may experience problem because of it. So to make this easier to understand, they use a Rubik's Cube as a metaphor. They break things down into six main narratives or ways people explain who wins and who loses from globalization. The changing view of globalization. First, the authors talk about how people's view on globalization have changed over time. After the Cold War, a lot of Western countries believe globalization was mostly a good thing. Free trade, open markets, and international investment were seen as ways to grow the economy and improve people lives. But this confidence started to fade, especially after the 2008 globalization financial crisis. Issues like inequality, like job losses, immigration, corporate influence, climate change, and even global risk became the more visible and controversial. Events like Brexit, the rise of populist movement, and concerns about China also showed that there wasn't just one shared way of thinking about globalization anymore. So, basically, nagkaroon ng iba't ibang pananaw ang mga tao tungkol sa globalization. So there are the six narratives of globalization. The main idea is the six narratives, which the authors compare to the six sides of a Rubik's cube. So first is the establishment narrative. Everyone wins. The globalization is seen as for everyone because it can bring economic growth, lower prices, more choices, and jobs. So some may loses jobs, but they can be helped through retainings, no? So madaling salita, kapag umunlad ang economy, lahat ay maaaring makinabang. At ang pangalawa naman ay, the second one is left-wing populist narrative. This view says globalization mostly benefit the rich and powerful, while workers and the middle class get less, no? So it focuses on the gap between the rich and the poor. Ang tanong dito ay, sino ba talaga ang nakikinabang sa globalization? Pangatlo, corporate power narrative. So this focuses on large multinational corporations that can reduce cost and influence global rules. Workers, communities, and government may lose some power. Dito, tungkol ito sa malaking power ng mga kumpanya. So, pang-apat, right-wing populist narrative. This focuses on people who feel left behind because of foreign competition. So, immigration and loss of national control, it emphasizes protecting local jobs, culture, and communities. Ang focus nito ay ang sariling bansa at kapakanan ng mga local people. And ang panglima ay geo-economic narrative. So this focuses on competition between powerful countries, especially the US and the China. So it involves trade, technology, security, and global influence. No? Hindi lang ito tungkol sa business, tungkol din ito sa kung aling bansa ang mas makapangyarihan. Ang pang-anim naman, ito yung last, the global threats narrative. Everybody loses. This says that globalization can spread problems like climate change, no, and pandemics across countries. Dahil connected ang mga bansa, kailangan ng corporation para malutas ang mga global problems. So, in simple terms, hindi na lang ito tungkol kung sino ang panalo o talo. Ang concern ay kung paano natin haharapin ang mga problems na maaaring makakaapekto sa lahat. So, why the narrative matters, no? So, one of the most important ideas in this chapter is that the authors are not asking us to just pick just one correct narrative. Instead, they want us, no, to see that each narrative highlights certain truths, no, but also misses others parts of the picture. So, no single view can fully explain something as complex, no, as globalization. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin kailangan pumili agad kung alin ang tama. We should first understand what each perspective is trying to explain. So the point is to understand different perspective. Even if we don't always agree with them, critically analysis, no, agree